Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be learning how to make a kimono jacket, and mind you that the kimono jacket we are going to be doing today, working on today, is going to be cut together sleeve kimono jacket. And so we're working with this beautiful patterned fabric, and the pattern fabric, I want to keep this one in the upper side, and this one that has stripe, let this one be at the down side of the clothes. Okay, be the down part of the clothes. I'm going to measure out the shoulder. Okay, before I continue, please, this is sew with grace, and okay, so this is sew with grace, and we're here to learn everything about sewing, right? Especially if you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, trust me, you're going to enjoy everything about this channel. Or you are thinking of going into fashion designing, trust me, I've been dropping videos back to back on the basics of tailoring if you're for a beginner. So trust me, this channel is going to be very, very, very useful to you. Okay, so based on what we have today, we're going to be mindful of the shoulder, the length of the cloth, the round sleeve. Okay, in our today's class, we're going to be mindful of three things. The first one is the shoulder of the kimono jacket. The second one is going to be the round sleeve, and the third one is going to be the length. But these are like the basic thing that should be bothering us. But notwithstanding, we are still going to take the actual vertical measurement of the clothes. Why I'm taking time to take this actual measurement of the taking time to take the actual vertical measurement of this is because I believe I'm working with beginners, so you will know what to do, especially if you are confused. Okay, I folded my fabric into four. This is one, this is two, this is one, this is two, this is three, and this is four. The fourth one is under. Okay, so I folded my fabric into four. So what I'm going to do now is to measure out the shoulder. So in the case of this kimono jacket, the opening is going to be at the front. So the two sides that are open is the front side, while this one that does not have any joining is going to be at the back. You know how kimono jacket used to be? It used to be open front. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to measure out. Remember, the 3/8 rules plays here, but not exactly. Why? Is because we are going to have an off shoulder cloth. This is an off shoulder, not off shoulder. This is a cut together kimono jacket. So this is our 8, assuming that this is this is where the armhole should start. If we are making we are cutting the sleeve differently, but because we are going to cut this sleeve together, we are going to still work with the 8 inches. What it means is that after the 8 inches, whatever that is left here is the sleeve length. Okay, that's what this thing I'm doing now, what it means. After the 8 inches, what it means that the sleeve length should be around 7 inches. Okay, I forgot to run the vertical measurement, which is 9.5 shoulder to nipple, 12.5 shoulder to under bust, 16 shoulder to waistline, and the kimono length is going to be 28. But because we are going to add the seam allowance, we have 28 and we have 2 inches extra. So let me do it 31.5. That's making it 2.5 inches seam allowance, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do here now, I'll just measure out the neckline now. After measuring the neckline, I will measure the sleeve. So the neckline is I'm using 3.5 to measure the neckline, and I'm coming down by 1.5 inches. You can come down by 1 inch, depends on what you want. So I'm going to slant it down by 1 inch here. Remember, because our neck is not equal, not uniform, you always slant whenever you're making a dress so that you won't have problem. Okay, then after doing this thing now, what I'm going to do here, see here, if this is a normal dress, like I'm going to attach sleeve to it. I'm going to take my round sleeve from the chest line. Remember, the chest line is where the armhole starts. But for the case of this one now, I'm going to take the round sleeve from the bust line, because this is a kimono jacket, and if you don't try it carefully, by the time you finish sewing it, it will be looking strange. And you know how kimono used to be, it's kind of not too free, not too tight. It's supposed to it's supposed to be a bit free. Okay, you use your French curve ruler. So I'm coming in by 2 inches. Why I'm coming in by 2 inches here is because the fabric I folded is not too much. So if you fold too much fabric, or you want the hand to be a bit longer, please always come in by, let your own be bigger than my own. Okay, so you can see how this curve is. See how I curved it. When I get to the hip line, I expanded it a little. Reason for my expansion is because, sorry guys, I forgot to on my light. I believe that you've seen so far what I'm doing. I'm going to run through it again. So after measuring your neckline, I measured the neckline and I slanted it down, and I use my French curve ruler. I come in by 2 inches here. Okay, mind you, after coming in by 2 inches, I do not take the line straight the way it is, because there's a hip line here, right? And hip is bigger than the bust, so you should give the hip a little expression. If you don't give it a expression and you make it straight, what it means that by the time you finish making this kimono, this place is going to be permanently open. It can never close, and or even if you want it to be open, it can never come together. At least a little bit, it's going to be very far apart. Okay, so that's why you should, at every particular point in time, once you get to this hip line, at least, especially for somebody that is kind of shapy, you expand it a little to give that hip line an expression. Okay, so I'm going to cut it now. We have here now, what we are going to do is that we just cut together first, then open the front. Use your ruler and draw a line. Still, when you are coming down to towards the hip line, you make it a little bit slant. All this thing you are doing is to give the hip line a better expression, so that not when you want to close the kimono, not like you close kimono, but when you want to kind of make it stay well, you'll be finding it difficult doing that. So I'm done with this kimono now. What I'm going to cut again here is to cut out the trimmer, because I'm going to put at the hand, at the sleeve side, and I'm also going to put at the I'm going to use it to trim the kimono. That's the band of the kimono. I'm going to divide this into 3 and join it, and trust me, the outcome is going to be heavenly. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please remember that if you have not subscribed to the channel, you can do well to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification button, so that you always be notified anytime you come online. All right, do well to check other videos. I encourage you to try out this one that we just did now, but if you're a beginner and you want to try it out, go for those fabric that are machine friendly, because if you cannot control your machine now, you don't need stress in going for fabrics that kind of those fabric that are kind of stretchy, not steady on the machine. Okay, all right, thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.